Alright, I'm not in a great mood. This is the third time I've started recording today, and I've just realized that the last two videos weren't fucking recording. I hate to swear this early in the video, you know I do. I had a VR video where the audio had already been corrupted, so it's technically the fourth video I'm recording where the audio was not working, and I was completely unaware. Completely. Enough of that though. Welcome back to The Wicked. Today we are going to be talking about Spider-Man 2. Does it beat Arkham City to be known as the greatest superhero video game of all time? Now, it's a little tricky. Some people say Arkham Asylum is the best. Some people say it's Arkham City. There's no real definition of which is which. I kinda lumped them together, and in this video I'm going to be treating them as Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight lumped together. The three games made by Rocksteady Studios. And I'm kind of going to lump together Spider-Man 1, 2, and Miles Morales in the same fashion. Does Spider-Man beat it? That's the question. And to do that, you gotta look at a lot of things, a lot of different things. You got the combat. Combat is very similar between both games. The Spider-Man games are very clearly influenced by the combat. I feel that Rocksteady are probably getting their own back, looking at the way Harley Quinn traverses in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Looks awful similar to Spider-Man, don't you think? However, I don't know if the Spider-Man games do it quite justice. The new combat system in Spider-Man 2 is good. Is it an upgrade to the first game? Here and there. It makes you feel more powerful. It's easier to handle the gadgets without the weapon wheel that you had in the first game and Miles Morales. But does it develop on it enough? Not particularly. The parry system is definitely an improvement, but I feel like a counter system is definitely needed. A counter system like the Arkham games. In the Arkham games, the combat developed incredibly from game to game. From Arkham City to Arkham Asylum is a massive leap. Arkham Asylum to Arkham Knight, another massive leap. It always got better, faster, more developed, more tuned, tighter controls, more intuitive. So I have to give the point there to Arkham Knight, or Arkham City, the Arkham series in general. Then you have the stealth. And the stealth in Spider-Man 2 is a massive upgrade from Spider-Man 1. However, the game doesn't implement it that much. I personally chose to play more stealthy throughout the entire game, and honestly, it gives you a good amount of choice in that regard. You can keep a level of anonymity in your combat scenarios in that game. However, it's very clearly not focused on that, and there's not as many situations where that's clearly what you're supposed to do. It is developed, it is better than the first game, but is it better than the Arkham series? And honestly, I don't think anyone could be. You have to look at these things like the whole way through Arkham Knight. You have so many gadgets, so many ways to attack the thugs that you're taking down. You've got so many different advantages over them. You could do an inverted takedown or a wall explosion.
Start checking for men down.
Or you could do any number of things, and the enemies will adapt. The Mr. Freeze boss fight in Arkham City is the best example of that ever. You take him down from a ledge, he destroys the ledges. You take him down from a vantage point, he destroys the vantage points. You take him down from a wall you've exploded, he destroys the walls. You electrocute him, he destroys the generator. They adapt, they overcome, whereas in Spider-Man they just kind of stand there. You can literally pick them up, you can web them, and then pick them up, and the guy right beside him won't even notice. Won't notice whatsoever. So again, the point has to go to the Arkham games. Then you've got traversal, and traversal is the easiest point ever. Traversal goes immediately to Spider-Man 2. Traversal in that game is magnifique. It is perfect. Le magnifique. Perfect. It doesn't have any faults as far as I'm concerned. I love it. I really love it. The Arkham games traversal is not bad, but considering the heinous use of the Batmobile in Arkham Knight, you can't really give him the point there. Then you've got story, and honestly that's a harder one, because the stories are unique. They're very unique to the different characters, and honestly, I would say it's a draw. However, a draw very heavily leaning against the Arkham series. Or leaning toward the Arkham series, rather. Because in the Arkham series, there was plot twists upon plot twists, not always predictable. Sometimes they are given jokers in every single game. Defying death, defying logic, he's just always there. However, the Spider-Man games have a history of spoiling their own game through the trailer. First game's plot twist of Martin Lee being Mr. Negative spoiled in the trailer. Spider-Man 2 spoiled who Venom is in the trailer. It really takes away from the story. However, to thicken the plot purely, and that being my only reasoning, I'm going to call it a draw. And for my final judgment, which game makes you feel more like the iconic hero you're playing? Batman or Spider-Man? Spider-Man 2 does a very good job of making you feel like Venom, making you feel like Peter invaded by the symbiote rather than Venom. However, the Venom section in the game is incredible for that. But do you really feel the weight of the actions? Was there a moment like the bombing in the first game where Jefferson Davis dies, conducted by Martin Lee, where it's dark, it's almost twisted, and it's almost too real? Not really. And honestly, I think that's a shame. I think we should have felt more conflicted throughout the story. There should have been more actions from Peter that we don't quite understand. Whereas the Batman series does a fantastic job of making you feel like Batman. You do some conflicting things sometimes. It gets dark, there's fantastic plot twists, and it's written by some of the most legendary actors, carrying on from projects such as Batman the Animated Series and Paul Dini. It's a hard one to quantify, but from the way I've laid it out today and put it out in front of you, I think Spider-Man 2 comes close, but I honestly still think that Arkham City is the best superhero video game of all time. Batman wins! If you enjoyed that video, let me know by subscribing and keeping tuned for more. If you disagree, just remember, chill, bro. It's just my opinion. I don't care if you disagree. Go right ahead. If you enjoyed Spider-Man 2 more, fair play to ya. And as always, no rest for the wicked.